And the late afternoon started pretty bumpy up there in northwest Alabama.
Yeah, a big storm popped up. Let's get the very latest with Chief Meteorologist Gene Norman in the Storm Track Weather Center.
It's still rumbling. We showed you that live picture from Fayette County. Let's show it to you again, because looking north from Fayette County, you can see the ominous clouds that are out there looking very dark there. In fact, that storm probably will get to parts of Fayette County. You can also see the trees moving a little bit. Let's put the radar into the 3D mode, and you can see the lightning and the clouds from this thunderstorm are not very high, right around 30,000 feet. A couple of lightning bolts showing up there, flashing, and when we put this into the more traditional two-dimensional view, you can see the lightning is really concentrated in this part of the storm, which is bearing down on Carbon Hill. As we put a new track on this storm, I want to show you where we anticipate it will go within the next half hour or so. We move this track down to the south and east, and so this storm should continue to head toward Townley by 6:34, Oakman perhaps by 6:52, and maybe Sandtown in the extreme northern part of Tuscaloosa County just before 7 o'clock. Now, the storm has slowed down a little bit, so it may not make it all the way down into Tuscaloosa County, but it's still possible, and it's really the only storm that's out there. It fired up this afternoon coming out of Middle Tennessee. A little piece of energy that just kept coming and coming and coming, and you can see it. Also, some thunderstorms out in Mississippi. The tops of the clouds from those storms will be drifting into Alabama overnight tonight because of the northwest wind flow, so we may have a few clouds in the overnight. Meanwhile, let's switch gears and talk about football. Over in Manhattan, Kansas, Auburn getting ready to kick off against Kansas State. Very windy out there. Temperatures in the 70s for kickoff, and then they'll drop into the upper 60s by the fourth quarter. And then talking about the game on Saturday, Alabama taking on Florida. Tailgating, kickoff, and fourth quarter all look to be bright sunshine, warm with temperatures in the 80s, so be prepared for that. We take a live look here in Birmingham, looking off to the west, and we can see that big cloud that's coming out of Marion and Fayette County. 83 degrees here today. The dew point and the humidity is still a little bit lower, so it doesn't feel as oppressive as it has, and tomorrow it could be even a little bit better. Well, let's break down weather where you live, especially in our western counties. Perhaps Walker and Fayette County could have some storms till about 10 o'clock. Otherwise, temperatures will drop into the mid-60s tonight. Tomorrow should be a dry and sunny day as temperatures climb into the mid-80s, maybe upper 80s for Tuscaloosa and Centerville. Swinging over to our eastern neighborhoods, where overnight tonight we'll see temperatures drop into the mid-60s. A mild night, but we still could have a few clouds. The leftover remnants of those storms that are still out there could still be in our skies overnight tonight. And then tomorrow, believe it or not, in far eastern Alabama, perhaps around Anniston and maybe in sections of Clay County, there could be a spotty sprinkle. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies and highs in the mid-80s. Well, you know, I rate the next day's weather from 1 to 10, and on balance tomorrow, it should be a 9. That's the Norman number for you. And as we head toward the end of the week and the last weekend of summer, looks pretty good. Fairly warm, temperatures in the mid-80s, mostly sunny skies. Overnight lows will be in the mid-60s, and as fall begins on Tuesday, temperatures will be very fall-like in the mid-80s, and no real sign of significant rain through next week.
Thank you, Gene.